Salutations, my Fallout lovers, it is Matty here, and today I will be showing you all 20 locations for every single bobblehead so you can complete that lovely little bobblehead stand and fill it up with every single one in the game. This is going to be a long guide, so without further ado, let's dive in with some of the easy to get early bobbleheads. Starting off with Perception, you're going to find yourself here at the Museum of Freedom. This is an easy location to find because the main story brings you here, and upon arrival you'll find a bunch of raiders. Just clear them out and make your way up into the top room. Now, I already collected this one and did lose the original footage, but you will find it on this back desk here on the top floor. Moving on over to Repair, you're going to find yourself at the Corvega Assembly Plant right here along with some nearby locations. Now, this one could be a hard one to find for a lot of people, and what you have to do is beat all these raiders, climb your way completely to the top of this area, go up all these scaffoldings and these stair sets, and you're going to wrap around. And once again, this is the only other bobblehead that I've already collected that was in the lost footage. You'll find it right here on this little box though, so go ahead and scoop that one up. Next, we will be going for the Intelligence Bobblehead, which you will find in the heart of Boston. And speaking of Boston, it's in the Boston Public Library. Now, this place is completely empty, so go on, speed through this area until you get to the back room. Once you get here, there's going to be a lot of super mutants attacking, so make sure that Protectron and turret system is online by the nearby terminal. And in that same room, you will find a door in the back, and open that door, and then on a little computer set here in this room, you will find your Intelligence Bobblehead. Next, we're going to be going for the Speech Bobblehead, which is one of the more helpful bobbleheads in the game. You'll find it inside Park Street Station, inside Vault 114, which is within this area. So just explore Park Street Station and you will without a doubt stumble upon this vault. If not, the main story takes you there. So go on through the vault, and right at the end in the Overseer's office, you'll find the Speech Bobblehead, which gives vendors an additional 100 caps, which helps if you're like me, who sells all your extra drugs to these vendors. Now we're going to head over to Fort Hagen, which is on the western side of the map. Once again, the main story will take you here, so don't stress really finding this area, but here it is nonetheless. Now go through Fort Hagen until you go to the Fort Hagen Command Center. Enter through the door and continue on through the area until you're in almost a kitchen-like area, and when you're there, you will find your Energy Weapons Bobblehead here tucked away in a little corner. For our next bobblehead, we're going to be grabbing the Big Guns bobblehead, which is in Vault 95 on the southwestern corner of the map. Yes, you're going to have to level up a bit if you plan on tackling this one, but anyway, upon entry of the vault, head into the eastern wing. Now, in order to find this bobblehead, you're going to have a chem stash in this northern section, but right to your right is going to be a hole in the wall. You're going to go through that hole in the wall, and in there is going to be a ton of enemies. Clear them all out, and then on top of the radio is your treasured bobblehead. Time to acquire the Charisma Bobblehead, which is located inside Parsons State Insane Asylum. But in order to get proper entry into here, because it is locked, you can break in, you're going to want to head to the Cabot House and acquire their quest line, which will eventually bring you here. And once you enter here, just keep traveling the upper floors until you find a double door with a room with a terminal and an elevator inside. On the desk will be the Charisma Bobblehead. Next, we'll be acquiring the Melee Bobblehead, which is located here in Trinity Tower. There's a quest line that will bring you here. There's a radio broadcast that will bring you here, so you will find this area, but here it is if you're having trouble. Anyway, the only way to go is up in this location, so continue ascending the tower and slaying every single super mutant in sight. It is a very tough area for lower levels, but anyway, once you get to the top, you will encounter a mutant and a man in a cage together. Be sure to free them, and once you let them go, inside on a desk inside this cage will be the Melee Bobblehead. Just a little ways north of Trinity Tower is the next bobblehead location at Malden Middle School. We're going to be finding the Science Bobblehead here. It is the home of Vault 75, so you'll find that in the initial entrance, and while you're exploring this area, you'll come across a training yard, and at the top of this training yard is a gunner commander. You're going to want to kill him and take the lab access card off of him, because that is where the bobblehead is located. So you're going to take that lab access card and access, obviously, the laboratory. Now explore through the laboratory a little bit until you come upon this room here, and when you enter here, you're going to find on the desk your Science Bobblehead. For our next bobblehead, you're going to head east from the place we were just at, Malden Middle School, to Saugus Iron Works, and beware of all the flamers and Molotov cocktails that are going to be flying around in this location. The Forged is vicious here, so be sure to be prepared when you enter this location. Anyways, keep on heading through the area until you find the Blast Furnace. Inside this room, there's a little boss fight, a cool little story, but on top of that, there is also your Bobblehead. So go ahead and pick that up. 15% extra damage to all explosives. This includes your grenades as well, which helps a ton in combat. Now we're going to head to the southeasternmost corner of the map for our agility bobblehead. We're going to be exploring the wreck of FMS. This is one of the easier bobbleheads to acquire because scaling this ship isn't too difficult. It's full of enemies, so be sure to clear them all out. And then once you are at the complete end of the ship, you're going to look, and right there hanging at the edge, a very easy to miss bobblehead will be waiting there for you. So go on and scoop that up. Time for another easy to acquire bobblehead. We're going to be grabbing the Barter one now. It's at Long Neck Lakowski's Cannery, and all you have to do is head to this location. It's north, way north of the wreck of FMS, and head inside, climb up these stairs, and then up in this little office area on top of the terminal, you will find your Barter bobblehead without any type of enemies to stop you. In order to find our next bobblehead, you're going to want to head west of the wreck of FMS into Poseidon Energy. And once you enter there, it's nothing too complicated. So go on, wipe the area clean of all the raiders. But then in the final room with the chest, you're going to go ahead to the desk and find an issue of Tesla Science as well as your beloved bobblehead. Next, we're going to snag the Lockpick bobblehead, which is located inside Pickman's Gallery. You're going to go ahead and find this area right east of the Cabot House, so if you followed my instructions earlier, you will find this area with ease. Anyway, go ahead and enter this area and climb all the way to the top, only to find a hole in the floor. Drop all the way down. Now progress through the area naturally until you find Pickman, save his ass, and then next to the little fire barrel, you will find on the ground your Lockpick bobblehead, which makes picking locks easier, which is good for builds such as myself, which are focused on lockpicks. Next, we're going to acquire the Luck bobblehead, which is located on Spectacle Island. It is literally that small island east of the wreck of FMS. You cannot miss it. But anyway, it's a long swim, so get your butt out there. And then on the eastern side of the island when you arrive, you will find a crash boat. Now go on that boat, and on the second level, you're going to find inside the locker your Luck bobblehead. Also be careful, because if you flip on the switch inside this boat, you're going to get attacked by a boss that might kick your butt. Now you're going to want to head west of Diamond City over to Vault 81. This is really not too hostile of a vault. The story there is fantastic. But anyway, I'm going to be very specific with this one because it's very easy to miss and can get confusing. When you enter this vault, you're going to be offered a tour by Austin. Take his tour. It will carry you into another quest about finding a cat. Finding the cat is literally following the marker, so just follow the cat, find it, and from there a quest will develop that will bring you into another area of the vault, and it's very important because that is where our bobblehead is located. Anyway, without spoiling anything, you're going to head into the area where Curie is. She will unlock the door for you, and once you're inside there, on the desk will be your medicine bobblehead. The next location you're going to find yourself in is Gunner's Plaza, which is actually the GNN building for the Commonwealth, so it's a very cool location. Anyway, in order to get the bobblehead here, small guns, you're going to enter and you're going to have to find your way into the recording room. But in order to do that, there are two ways. The most common way will be to kill Cruz on the top floor and take the key off his body. The place is loaded with gunners, so be prepared for a lot of firefights. It is a tougher area. But once you get that key, you can head back to the recording room. Now, you can break into this room if you have Master Lockpick, but not everyone does have that. Anyway, enter the room and there will be tons of enemies in there. Once you finish them all off, inside, on the desk, you will find your small guns bobblehead. The next bobblehead we're going to be going for is the Sneak bobblehead, and bring your best weapons, bring a companion, because we're heading to Dunwich Borders, and the exterior of this area is ginormous, so bring rifles, bring whatever you can, because it is a tough fight, but you're going to fight your way all the way down until you enter the mines themselves. Once you're inside the mines, it's pretty basic progression. You're just going to make your way through these mines until you find terminal number 4. Each one is numbered, so it shouldn't be too hard to pick up on, and then right next to that very terminal you will find your bobblehead. Nearing the end here, the Strength bobblehead, you're going to head to the Mass Fusion building, which is amongst all the other locations we have discovered throughout this video. It's a fairly straightforward one to acquire. All you have to do is enter, fight your way to the top of this building, and this one's hidden in a very interesting place. What you have to do is hop on top of this little statue here, and you'll see the Strength bobblehead just chilling up there. Very clever, Bethesda. Anyways, scoop that up, and now we only have one more remaining. And the final bobblehead, Unarmed, is located inside the Atom Cat's garage. You can find this one with ease as it's right next to the wreck of FMS and Spectacle Island, just a short walk away. And all you have to do is walk inside the main building, find that car sitting right there, and right on top of it is your final bobblehead, the Unarmed bobblehead. And congratulations, you now have all 20 bobbleheads, my Vault Dweller. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to share this with anyone else who is trying to hunt for all 20 bobbleheads. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Links are down below. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.